Please welcome the ninth and current Prime Minister of the State of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu.
Greetings from Jerusalem, the eternal and undivided capital of Israel. I wish I could be with you live, physically there. I can't. I wish I could be with you live on the satellite. I can't do that either. So I'm with you in a taped message, but with all my gratitude and with all my best wishes to all that you do for the State of Israel. First and foremost, I want to thank you, Pastor Hagee. Thank you for your unwavering friendship. Thank you for your decades of forceful leadership. And thank you for your foresight in mobilizing millions of Christians to stand in solidarity with Israel. I want to thank all of you at CUFI who work day in and day out to support Israel and to strengthen the great alliance between Israel and the United States. In the past few years, I've worked closely with President Trump and his team to strengthen that alliance, which today is stronger than ever. I want to thank President Trump for all he has done for Israel. Israel has never had a better friend in the White House. Israel's security has been strengthened immeasurably by President Trump's bold decision to withdraw from the dangerous nuclear deal with Iran. The Iran nuclear deal was a farce. It allowed Iran to shorten the breakout time for nuclear weapons and to develop ballistic missiles to carry nuclear payloads. It gave Iran billions of dollars to fund its campaign of conquest and carnage and terror. When President Trump took office, Iran had the wind in its back. Today, Iran faces a massive headwind of pressure. We in Israel have certainly done our part to confront Iran's aggression. We have acted to stop Iran's entrenchment in Syria. We have acted to stop Iran from arming Hezbollah with precision-guided missiles. And we are as determined as ever to prevent a regime that vows to wipe out the one and only Jewish state from ever developing nuclear weapons. 2 years ago, we sent our Mossad agents to Tehran. They brought back Iran's secret nuclear archive. And that archive proved that Iran lied. There was one thing that came out of that. It's that Iran is lying all the time. It's time for all responsible countries to join the United States and sanction Iran. My friends, pulling out of the dangerous Iran deal was only one of the many historic decisions President Trump has made. He recognized Jerusalem as Israel's capital. He moved the American embassy there. President Trump's courageous decision will give him an eternal place in the glorious history of the Jewish people. Last year, President Trump recognized Israel's sovereignty over the Golan Heights, territory that is vital for Israel's security. And earlier this year, President Trump made another historic decision when he unveiled his vision for peace. My friends, the president's vision finally puts to rest the two-state illusion. It calls for a realistic two-state solution. And in this realistic solution, Israel, and Israel alone, has the overall security responsibility, that is, of all matters on security on the ground and on the air west of the Jordan River. This is good for Israel, it's good for the Palestinian, it's good for peace. President Trump's plan doesn't really change the reality on the ground. It recognizes the reality on the ground. His plan doesn't call for Israel to return to the indefensible 1967 lines. It provides Israel with defensible borders, including the strategic Jordan Valley. His plan doesn't call for Israel to rely on international forces for our security. Again, it insists that Israel, and Israel alone, retains security control over all the area west of the Jordan River. His plan doesn't call for Jerusalem to be divided. It keeps our ancient capital united under Israel's sovereignty. President Trump's plan doesn't call for uprooting tens of thousands of Jews from their homes. It doesn't uproot a single Jew or Arab. Enough with ethnic cleansing. I think this is important. And no less important, President Trump's plan is anchored in a foundation of truth. It confronts a great lie head-on. The lie that the Jewish people are foreign colonialists in our own ancestral homeland. It makes clear that the Jewish people have a valid, legal, historic, and moral claim to Judea and Samaria. And it supports Israel's sovereignty over the Jewish communities there. In the president's plan, Israel will have sovereignty over Bethel, where Jacob dreamed of a ladder going to the heavens. Israel will have sovereignty over Shiloh, where the Ark of the Covenant that housed the Ten Commandments stood for centuries. These places, like so many others in Judea and Samaria, are an integral part of the historic Jewish homeland. After all, we're called Jews because we're the people of Judea. But these areas are also an integral part of Christian identity. They're part of your heritage. They're a part of our common civilization. And under Israeli sovereignty, our common heritage will be forever protected. In a region where Christians are on the run and live in fear, Christians in Israel are on the rise and they live in freedom. My friends, applying Israeli law to areas of Judea and Samaria that will remain part of Israel in any future peace deal will not set back the cause of peace, it will advance peace. I encourage the Palestinians not to lose another opportunity, not to waste another century trying to destroy Israel. They should embrace President Trump's vision. They should sit down and negotiate in good faith. They should be prepared to negotiate a historic compromise that can bring peace to Israelis and Palestinians alike. Israel is prepared for such negotiations. I am prepared for such a negotiation. And I believe many Arab states in our region are hoping that we enter such negotiations with the Palestinians. I've worked hard over the past decade to deepen ties with Israel's Arab neighbors, many of whom don't have formal peace agreements with Israel. And as Israel moves forward, I will continue to work to strengthen those ties. I'm confident together we can build a future of reconciliation and peace. And I know that in building that future, CUFI will be right where it's always been, standing by Israel's side. May God bless each and every one of you. May God bless Israel, and may God bless the United States of America.